What is up, guys? Carlo here. Welcome yet to another video. And Mojave. I just downloaded it yesterday. Obviously the official release date was yesterday for this operating system. I was in two minds about downloading it because I started thinking to myself, is it going to screw with my programs? Is it going to screw around with projects I've got going on at the moment? So on and so on. You could probably imagine. And I think a lot of you guys are probably in the same boat with that. But I took the leap of faith for you guys. It worked fine. I'm happy with it. Nothing seems to be not working, if that makes sense. So all my current projects are working great that I've got going on. Premiere works fine with it. After Effects works fine with it. Final Cut is working fine with it. Logic's working fine with it. So all my major production programs are working absolutely fine. So if you're in a boat where you're a bit, you're feeling a bit nervous and think, oh, I don't know whether I should update yet or not. Well, this is a video to say, yeah, you'll be absolutely fine. I love the operating system, I must admit. I'm using dark mode at the moment and it's absolutely beautiful. I won't lie to you. Working in, you know, Premiere Pro and After Effects with the dark mode and all your, you know, what do you call it? You know, your bits and pieces that look too bright when you're in a sort of low lit room and you sort of want to just edit and do your work. You don't want that white, vibrant, you know, desktop sort of staring at you. This is great. I mean, the dark mode is what I've sort of been waiting for, to be perfectly honest. And it's only a little thing, I know. Dark mode's only a little thing, but boy does it help when you're sitting at the front of the computer or in front of the computer 5, 4, 6, 7, 8 hours at a time editing. So you probably think, yeah, but Carlo, After Effects and Premiere Pro are a bit dark anyway, because they're not black, the interface. But yeah, this does add to it because everything seems a lot more dimmer. Even though it's a lot more punchier, everything seems a lot more dimmer, which does help. It's worth it. Stacks is absolutely incredible. I won't lie to you, Stacks is brilliant. I have a habit of putting all my production for what I'm working on my desktop, so I can easily know where I need to go and where my things are. I've had a lot of people say to me, Carlo, your desktop is not messy. It's not messy, it's organised, but that's where I like to keep all my files on my desktop, so I can see exactly where all my video footage is, exactly where all my Foley sound, music score, so on and so on is, and I could, you know, it's just the way I work, and it's just the way I prefer to work. But using Stacks just tidies it up. You just right click, scroll down to Stacks, boom, you're there. Fantastic. Stacks is absolutely fantastic. So like I've just said, I mean, I've been working on this operating system most of the night last night, to seeing what it's all about and whether or not my apps will fire up. And I've got to say, I've got, you know, Logic Pro on here. I'm just gonna fire that up for you guys. You probably won't see it because it'll come on that screen. Yeah, everything works absolutely fine. I'm happy with it. Like I just said, I was a bit nervous to start off with when it comes to updating, but I found that I sort of had to sort of take the leap and just do it. I like to be current when it comes to my operating system, as crazy as it sounds. The wallpapers are beautiful. I've got spread over to 3 screens, so I've got the day to night sort of transition, what you want to call it, which works great. I had it on when I updated last night. It was about 6:30, 7 o'clock UK time, and it was going dark already. And then when I turned the computer on this morning, it's all daylight on the wallpaper. So it works great, and it looks really cool as well. So like I just said, I mean, I've tried a lot of stuff on here. The only thing I haven't tried is plugins, which I'm going to do now in front of you guys. You probably see it on this screen here at the moment, what's going on. I haven't tried my plugins, and that has been a factor that always goes wrong when I update a Mac operating system. Everything works, but the plugins, there's problems with the plugins. So I'm just going to test the plugins in front of you. Like I said, it feels quicker as well. It sounds crazy. So I want to open up Element because that is an important one. for me. Yeah, and everything, yeah, Element 3D, as you can just see there, opens up fine, everything works. Let's just open up a bullet. Yep, everything works great. Element 3D, which is good. Another one which I used to have problems with is Particular. Particular used to be the one that used to give me Trapcode Particular. Every time I used to update the operating system, it used to not work, but it's loaded up, as you just see there in the corner. Everything worked fine. So if you're a bit worried about what sort of apps will work and won't work, so far everything works. So if I open, let's just try Pro Tools at the moment. Let's just open up Pro Tools, see if that works. I mean, I think Pro Tools is the one. Yep, that works fine. Pro Tools is great. Let's try Maya. Let's open up Maya, see if that opens up okay. And this is the latest version of Maya, 2018.4. So it's the latest version out. As you can see, that fires up great. It's all opening, which is cool. Yep, there you go. There's Maya on the screen now, which is brilliant. That works. So everything is working perfect with Mojave. There's no problem. So if you see any videos on YouTube, no, Mojave's this, Mojave's that, because it's not working. Contact, let's fire up Contact. It's quite an important one for my music production. Let's make sure. Yep, as you can just see, it's come on that screen. Contact works absolutely fine. Let's have a look at Nuke. It's another one that normally has problems when you update an operating system, which is Nuke. Let's just make sure that opens up and it doesn't have to be relicensed or anything. It takes a bit of time to open up. For some reason, I don't know why Nuke takes so long on a flash storage, which is crazy. It should just open up straight away, but I suppose it has to go through, or that's saying it's not responding, which is not a good sign. So far, maybe it's because I haven't opened it up in a long time. Let's try and open it up again. So far we've got one, which is Nuke, which is not opening up. So we'll just wait for a bit and see, because it might be trying to do the licensing thing. So it's just come up here. So Nuke is one that's got a problem, and for some reason I've just seen Nuke Studio. Let's just fire that up. Is grayed out. So might be a case of might need to tweak around, sort the licensing out, or maybe obviously because it only came out yesterday, might need to do like a little update for Nuke, which is sort of not a problem because I don't really use Nuke a lot. It's just not coming up. Report. We're staying in the report that it's the operating system here. So item 1 on today's glitch list, Nuke is not working properly. Cinema 4D, let's try that. This is the latest version of Cinema. Hopefully this will work. Yeah, this is Studio R20. That works fine, which is great. Not too fussed about Nuke at the moment because I don't use it. It's just there if I need it. So Nuke's not a problem. I'm going to try Avid Media Composer, which is video editing software. Make sure that opens up. I think it's best to do it like this in real time, so you can see exactly what's going on for yourself. Media Composer always takes a little bit of time to load because I've got a hell of a lot of plugins for this piece of software. So let's just hope Media Composer loads. If not, then there might be an update coming for it. I don't know. The main ones is the Adobe Creative Cloud, Logic, Contact. They're the main programs that need to work fine for me. The Go Media Composers to start it up. It's just this normally takes a bit of time because there's a lot of plugins on this. So yeah, Media Composer. Let's just make sure it opens up. Media Composer Go to dark mode. Yeah. Media Composer, as you can see, is all loaded up fine, which is great. That is good news. It's just the main ones that I need to work. And so far 99% of them do work at the moment. I do understand Nuke, the Foundry, have to probably do a patch or an update for Mojave. Every single update for OS update, shall I say, Nuke has to have been needed to do an update for it in order for it to work. It's never straightforward with that. Seems everything else seems okay. Final Cut you just saw. Mocha, let's open Mocha. Mocha's opening up fine, as you can see there, which is great. There's Mocha. Everything works great. You know, I won't lie to you, and I didn't sort of sit here and think to myself, you know, everything was going to work 100%, but all my main programs, shall I say, work great. Let's open up Auditions for you guys. As you can see, yep, Auditions is firing up, absolutely fine. It's got a new thing, would like to access the microphone. And the only things you'll probably have to do is redo the audio on some of this stuff, like the settings, if that makes sense. So if you're using, like, I use a microphone down here, you might have to tell Audition that you want to use this microphone and this interface. That's the only thing I found that you have to do is reset your audio stuff. But Plural Eyes seems to work. Yep, Plural Eyes fired up straight away, as you just see there. Everything works absolutely fine. So yeah, it was a punt well worth taking. Everything works great. The new interfaces, interface is great, as you can see there. We've got some new options, so on and so on. All my previous stuff is in the system preferences, which is great. So if we go to let's open up the App Store, because the App Store is different as well, as you can just see there. I'll just bring it over just slightly. App Store's all different now. It looks good. Let's play, find the games, updates, no updates available. And it's got a nice picture of me there. So yeah, everything works absolutely fine. So in conclusion, yes, 100% safe if you're a content creator and you're a film creator to update to Mojave. You should be absolutely fine. So hopefully this video has helped you guys out. If you have enjoyed this video, smash the like button, and as always, definitely catch you guys in the next video. Ciao, ciao.